Hey guys, welcome to the Financial Bunny TV. My name is Nicolette Mashila, I'm also known as the Financial Bunny. So the video that I want to get into today is this question that I get asked all the time. Should I pay down a deposit up front when I am applying for a home, or should I use that amount to pay as additional amounts after I've actually gotten the home loan approved? I'm going to be answering that question. While I'm doing it, I'm going to be applying a new renewal power serum. This baby is absolutely fantastic. It is powered by protanol, of course, and it restores 7 years of collagen loss. I absolutely love it because the one thing that it really does for me, you guys may have seen when I do videos like this with makeup on, you can see the smile lines around my mouth. I'm getting old, guys. Age is something that all of us cannot fight. So that's what I really use it for. That hydration, of course, a brighter skin. If you use it in conjunction with all of your other products for your morning and your evening skin routine, I promise you, you will start to see results. And of course, consistency is a big deal. So you've got to use it all the time, morning and night. It's a simple serum. And it feels good on your skin. It feels good on your hands. And yeah, I absolutely love it. So let's get into today's video. Please do remember, none of my videos constitute as financial advice. If you are looking for financial advice, please, I beg you, please speak to somebody who's certified and registered at the FSCA. Because you know what? I have seen people taking advice from some unscrupulous people. Everybody thinks they can jump on to giving out financial advice. You know, you can't, guys, you can't. You can teach, but you cannot give financial advice. So I think it's very, very important. The moment somebody starts saying, I recommend this, I suggest this product, you must know that is advice. Somebody who's teaching you will explain things to you. And that's what I'm going to get in today, explaining why it is better to pay a deposit versus trying to pay additional amounts of money. Paying additional amounts of money, by the way, is absolutely good because it will reduce, one, the interest that you're going to pay overall, and two, the loan term overall. Nobody wants to pay 20-year bonds. Nobody's got time for that, right? But let's just think about it now. The reality is that if you put down a deposit, it means you are borrowing less. If you borrow less, even when the bank is calculating over the 20 years what you're going to pay them back as a return to the bank, it is going to be incredibly lower than if you take the full amount and then pay additional amounts of payments over the years. So it's really important. And you guys know in the previous video, I explained something. I differentiate totally between a deposit and what is a down payment, right? I think a deposit is very positive. I see deposit as a very positive thing, something that you are making the decision to put down. It's something that you have saved. In actual fact, a deposit for me gives you a little bit more negotiating power versus if you are told to put down a down payment. Why? Because a deposit says that you are saying to the bank, I saved this amount of money, so I am willing to actually put up my own money to be able to secure this loan. Two, the chances of you securing a loan are actually much higher when you've got a deposit. Because again, you're saying to the bank and you're showing the bank your ability to be able to save, but also they're thinking, okay, this person is actually in partnership with us on this thing. This person is not trying to default. The third reason that it's important to put down a deposit is because you are going to be borrowing less. But the fourth reason, which is a reason that I have just found out, which is absolutely amazing, it is actually a good way for you to build equity in your home loan. What do I mean by that? I'll give you an example. When I took out my home loan for my house, I took out a home loan of 2.2 million. I put down the rest as a deposit. My house was 3.5 million. The rest was a deposit, and I only needed to actually finance 2.2 million, right? Now, because of that equity that I've built, if the bank were to come and actually value my house and realize, no, the house is actually worth 3.5, or even now, I mean, it's been 7 years later, maybe let's say 4 million rand. I can actually rebond the house at 4 million rand and withdraw the balance of that as actual cash. And why this is good is because, remember, this is probably the cheapest loan you're going to get. Why? Because home loan are secured loans. There is an asset that is securing the loan, which then means that you actually are going to get it at a much lower interest rate versus if you try to get the same amount of money via credit card or a personal loan. So all of this is very, very important, why putting down a deposit is such a big deal when it comes to your finances. Can you build a equity when it comes to putting extra payments? Of course you can. But the significance in how much more beneficial it is when you put down a home loan versus when you are paying additional amounts of money is actually huge. And that's the other thing that I'm going to come down to. The other alternative, which is paying additional amounts of money. Let's be fair. If you've put down a home, if you've saved up a deposit, let's assume it's money for a deposit of 100,000 Rand. Ask yourself, psychologically, from a discipline perspective, how much of that are you actually going to use as your additional payments every month? A lot of us will start finding, guys, my favorite saying in the world, it's in my book. Idle money is bored money. Bored money is gone money. A lot of our money is bored, and the moment your money becomes bored, you are going to find something to use that money for. So unless you are saying literally right after your home loan is or your bond is registered, you are going to pay this 100,000 Rand into that account. The chances are that is not going to happen. You probably may have the discipline to put 1,000 Rand every single month, which is great. Well done. You're still going to be able to reduce the amount of years it's going to take for you to actually finish your home loan, and you will pay less in interest overall. But the significant difference between doing it like that versus if you put down a deposit is just absolutely amazing. It's really worth noting. So yeah, I think that if you want to decide which one is best for you, that's the one way to decide it. But also remember that some of the banks, especially if you are not buying your first home, some of the banks, especially for investment apartments, they don't like giving out 100% loan. So a deposit may also be very helpful in you securing that loan, because some banks may say, you know what, we can only give you 80% of the loan. So that 20% will really help if you have saved 20% of a deposit. So it does help. And for some people, their affordability and their credit score may just not get you the home run of getting 100% loan. And you may need to be able to put down a down payment for the loan to actually be approved from the bank. Or the bank can come back and say to you, this house you're trying to buy, they're selling it to you at R1 million. It's really not worth R1 million. We think it's worth 900,000. So if you can find the 100,000 Rand down payment, we will borrow you, or lend you rather. We will lend you the 900,000 Rand. We just don't think it's worth R1 million. So again, if you really want that home, you will need to put down that down payment of 100,000 Rand. So that's really how it works when it comes to home loans. I hope that I've left you something very, very valuable. If you do want to try out the Avon Anew Renewal Power Serum, do shop for it online. It's actually just absolutely amazing. And 85% of women say that it is as good as all of the luxury brands that are out there, but at a much more affordable price. So give it a go. I'll see you guys on the next one. Mwah.